Hey everybody, I wanted to share a story with you about doing the right thing. So recently I was going to sell a car and the car had a chip in the windshield. So before I was going to sell it, I was going to get the window replaced, the windshield. So I took it and called around, found a place to do the work, took it, waited in the office. The guy was quick. Finished the job, brought the car back around, and I paid him and left. And just didn't have any thoughts about anything being wrong. But later in the day, I got in the car to go to the grocery store, and when I put it in reverse, there was a beeping, and I didn't know what it was. So drove to the grocery store. When I got there, parked and got out and looked, and the rear bumper had been hit, and not terribly bad, but bad enough that it needed some body work. And I called the guy and I said, hey, did something happen to my car while it was parked back there, because my bumper got hit? And to his credit, he didn't get defensive, and he said, no. He said, I'm the only one that drove the car and I didn't hit anything. Send me a picture. So I sent him a picture, and he said, I didn't bump into anything. The only thing I could think of is if my delivery driver might have bumped into your car. Let me check. And so instead of being defensive and arguing, he called the delivery driver. The delivery driver denied it, said he didn't hit my car. And so the guy called me back and said, look, I don't know what happened, but if you tell me that your car was damaged while it was in my shop, then I'll make it right for you. He could have argued, hey, you drove away and I don't know that this didn't happen somewhere else. I didn't know it wasn't like this when you brought it in. He could have done a lot of things, but he did the right thing. And so we worked together. We got my car fixed. I was able to sell it without any incident and get the value of the car that I wanted out of it. Whereas, with an accident, it could have been worse. But it was one of those moments where no one was really watching what he chose to do, right? He could have gone about it completely different. He could have argued, he could have fought with me, he could have made it a much worse situation. But at the end of the day, he did the right thing. And because of that, I wrote him a fantastic review. I didn't mention anything about the scenario, and I've so far referred two other people to him that friends on Facebook or whatever, that mentioned that they were getting their windshields fixed. So in those moments where you're confronted with, all right, should I try to get away with something or should I do the right thing? You should always try to do the right thing. And I know that this is obvious, but I was really surprised. I was really worried when I saw what had happened to my car, that he was going to make this a bad situation. So grateful that he didn't. And I hope that this kind of rattles around in the back of your mind if you're faced with one of those choices where you could get away with something versus you could do the right thing even though nobody's watching. It's called integrity, right? Doing the right thing when no one is watching. So hope it helps. Talk soon.